For over 2 decades, superheroes have ruled pop culture, moving from comic book pages to massive blockbusters. Amid this reign, Superman remains one of the most criticized yet undeniably vital figures in the superhero universe. Though often viewed as an invulnerable, godlike character, Superman's enduring relevance lies in his humanity, a trait that transcends his superpowers. Despite the criticisms, the Man of Steel's moral compass, his restraint, and his willingness to sacrifice for the greater good make him a beacon of hope in today's complex world. The moral purity of Superman, his greatest strength. As the DC Universe begins a new era with James Gunn at the helm, Superman Legacy 2025 is set to launch the next phase of the DCU. Fans have seen different versions of Superman, from the classics Boy Scout Clark Kent to Henry Cavill's more conflicted Man of Steel. However, what remains consistent across all interpretations is Superman's moral integrity, a trait that has allowed him to resonate with audiences for over 80 years. Superman's ability to rise above the flaws and biases of society makes him a timeless symbol of hope. From his earliest appearances, including the anti-KKK story in the 1940s Superman radio show, to his role in modern media, the character has tackled real-world issues with empathy and compassion. Superman's portrayal as a character of kindness and justice holds immense cultural significance, offering a counterbalance to a world often plagued by division and intolerance. Why Superman's heroism matters. Some critics argue that Superman's powers and moral certainty make him a less compelling character than morally ambiguous anti-heroes. But this perspective misses the essence of what makes Superman truly special. Unlike characters who struggle with internal conflicts or ambiguity, Superman's strength lies in his unshakable commitment to justice, fairness, and the preservation of life. While shows like The Boys and alternate universes in comics, such as Injustice present evil versions of Superman, these darker takes often miss the point. Superman's true power isn't in his strength, but in his restraint and his decision to always do the right thing, regardless of the personal cost. This sense of duty is why the character remains an inspiring figure for both children and adults, even in today's morally complicated world. The stakes in Superman's stories aren't just about physical power. One common critique of Superman is that his overwhelming abilities, including near invulnerability, make it difficult to create compelling stakes in his stories. However, this argument overlooks the psychological and emotional dimensions of Superman's struggles. His powers often complicate his life, rather than simplify it. In Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, for instance, Lois Lane temporarily takes on the mantle of Ultrawoman, only to struggle with the overwhelming weight of her new powers. Even in the DCU, Superman's powers cause as many problems as they solve. His very existence poses challenges, people fear or idolize him, and both reactions create obstacles. For all his strength, Superman's true vulnerability lies in his heart, his emotional connection to humanity, and his deep-seated desire to protect it. Superman's vulnerability lies in his morality, not his powers. While characters like Batman find drama in their physical limitations and moral ambiguity, Superman's drama comes from his internal conflicts, particularly his responsibility to wield immense power with compassion and fairness. For example, the infamous battle with Zod in Man of Steel forced Superman to make an agonizing decision to kill, a moment that forever altered his character's emotional landscape. These moments of moral conflict, where the stakes are as much emotional as they are physical, are what makes Superman's journey so compelling. Superman doesn't need to be perfect. His flaws, whether they manifest as mistakes or moments of doubt, are what allow audiences to connect with him. But ultimately, it's his capacity for kindness, justice, and sacrifice that make him a figure worth following. He doesn't let his powers define him. Instead, his humanity defines how he uses those powers for the greater good. Why Superman is more important than ever. In a world fraught with division, confusion, and fear, Superman's unwavering commitment to preserving life and doing what's right is more relevant than ever. His simplicity and moral clarity are what provide hope and inspiration in a complicated world. As Superman and Lois continues to demonstrate, traditional superhero narratives can still resonate, offering an antidote to the darker, more cynical stories that dominate modern media. Ultimately, Superman remains a figure who transcends time and place. His ability to inspire through decency and justice, combined with his commitment to preserving life above all else, makes him a character worth holding on to. As the world continues to change, Superman's moral purity remains a beacon of hope for audiences worldwide. Superman and Lois is currently streaming on Max and the CW app, and the new Superman film will be released in theaters on July 11, 2025.